Alright, thank you very much for clicking on the video. This is Gulpain back again, and today I'm just going to do a very quick review of a game that I've been playing recently, which is Obscurity Aftermath for the old PSP. Now this game looks fantastic. I'm always surprised because I always consider the PSP to be like an old system, but I'm always amazed at how good the games look on it. They almost look like better than PS2, well, a little bit better than PS2, and then sort of almost getting into PS3, but obviously not as good as PS3, um, because the PS3 is so much more powerful, obviously. But the PSP, it's just amazing sometimes. This game is really looks good. I can't say the same for the gameplay though. The camera is very jittery, and that's what's really bringing this game down is the camera. You control the camera with well, sometimes you control the camera in some of the corridors. You don't control the camera at all, and then it just gives you camera control, and then it seems to be you just use the shoulder buttons instead of a. Obviously, the PSP needs a right analog stick badly for certain games. This one, case in point example. But yeah, you seem to gain control of the camera, and then it very jitterly goes around, so it's actually quite difficult. And sometimes the graphics get in the way, so it's actually very difficult to see where you are. But in general, with the limitations of the PSP, this game is absolutely fantastic. It really is a kind of it's a late PSP game, or sorry, not a late PSP game, but a sort of really impressive PSP game, because a lot of the PSP games are not really graphically impressive, but this one I have to say is. I know it doesn't look in comparison to like today's graphics, it looks awful. Like the limbs don't even look like limbs and stuff, but for the day I can imagine it was really good. Plus it's a big improvement as well on the original Obscure. I really enjoyed the original Obscure. I think the original Obscure is actually a better game than this game though. The characters are very enjoyable in the first one, and they kind of have great personality, and the story is a bit naff, but going around the school, and it's very easy to get into. This game, it's not as easy to get into. There seem to be, I don't really know what they're doing. They seem to kind of trying to make it a bit more kind of horror filmish or scary, but in the process they've lost that sort of teen horror charm that was in the first game. This one seems to be, I don't know, it doesn't, not as much effort was put into the gameplay. I think the graphics is, a lot of effort is going into the graphics, but the gameplay department, it's not great. This section here is a section where you can get stuck behind those mannequin things, and then the camera just jitters all over the place, and it's very difficult to get out. I actually cut the section out where I got stuck there. But sound is good as well. The voices are, they're hammed up a little bit. The script is okay, not the best though. Again, not as good as the first game, I have to say. In comparison, I kind of understand we're not making more obscure games. I don't really know did this do that well, or was it very successful? I know it came out in the Wii as well, I believe. But the first game wasn't that successful either, I don't think. Even though it had great, like, I think these games were overshadowed by Resident Evil and Silent Hill. They're sort of in between Resident Evil and Silent Hill. They don't really have they didn't really grab hold of the genre as those two particular franchises did. But the teen horror film genre, it's so primed to be made into video games. I don't know why it didn't. There wasn't more games kind of grasping onto it, because it seemed during the mid noughties, or the teens as well, the 2010s, there was loads of teen horror films, and I don't know why video games didn't follow suit. But basically, this game, you take control of numerous different characters, and you just basically get different weapons, guns, hand-to-hand melee weapons as well, and you just have to, batter these creatures, these plant-type creatures, and very similar to Resident Evil, except it's plant creatures instead of zombies, and you just gotta keep hitting them until they go down. The story in this one is a little different than the first game as well. You're in a university in this one, and it's okay. The characters aren't as developed, and it's not as good. So if you've played Obscure, let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Go again.
But what's going